Um, this profile picture is definitely going to be the most risque thing I've ever done. Now, I'm just going to make it real short. Um, there's times in the past, including about 3 weeks ago, where I had put on some strange, kind of weird, iffy um, posts, posts that just seemed kind of off. Um, this is really hard, but I have decided to become the I decided to go ahead and disclose everything about myself, little by little, but in this video particularly, because I've I find Facebook, out of all my social media, Facebook happens to be the one that I feel like is the home. It's the hub for me because I know a lot of you. A lot of the friends I've gotten along the way, we've messaged, we've talked, I've commented, I've liked, I've loved, but with the ones that I have as closer friends that I've known personally, that have known me, growing up, going to school with me, that are my friends, the ones that I have kind of sort of, stepped away from. The reason I go hiatus, and the reason that I do, that I post some of those weird posts, and the reason that um, I have secluded myself from all my friends and even my family at times, um, and all of you, honestly, is because this is really hard. I have a lot of things going on in my life. Um, I suffer from a physical ailment, as a lot of you already know if you look through my Facebook, and all of you who went, who kind of just encouraged me through it. I was in an accident in 2014 where a car hit me, and it damaged, talk about it, shattered my ankle. So I have no ankle. I just have a, uh, what's the word? A plate with about 8 screws, of which 2 of the screws are loose. So it makes it very hard for me. It's made me temporarily disabled, which depressed me quite a bit. The other thing that happened after that, well, it's been a roller coaster of things, which I will disclose later on in other videos as I keep making them, which will be actually, as a matter of fact, I better just get this out of the way. The videos that I will be making on all different topics, table talk, more kind of like a media support group, that is going to be under my name, Mama Ree. It's Dear Mama Ree. That's the name of my channel. I just posted up the very first post, um, the very first video, I'm sorry. And I ask that you just look me up on Mama Ree. I'm the only Mama Ree in YouTube. It's MAMARII. And just check out my video. And I'm going to actually start that vlog for a while. I will form it later as I go, and maybe I might narrow it down to some sort of niche. But for the meantime, I'm going to just talk about topics all across the board because there's so much to talk about. And I love people. We all have different, cultures. And like I said in the video, you're going to see it all. Short 4 minute, 30-second video. Um, you know, it talks about all the differences that I love about people, including the culture, morals, values, principles, just to name a few. And then I do have now an Instagram. I have a Twitter, and of course the Facebook, and you can always reach me on email. I don't know if I want to do Snapchat. I'll think about that, and we'll see. In the meantime, I just want to tell you all that I am really sorry for the ones that I've offended, for the ones that I have pushed away. I'm sorry for that because not only do I have the medical thing going on, I have some mental illnesses going on. I suffer from depression, I suffer from anxiety, I suffer from um, PTSD, and I also have bipolar 1, which I've never treated in the 46 years of my life. And so I do, and I am on the way to treating it for the first time in my life. And I'm hoping that it will level me out so that my highs aren't so high and my lows aren't so low. But I'll be honest with you, I'm not, I'm more depressed than I am manic. So I'm more down than I am up. And it's a struggle. And anybody who suffers from that will know how much of a struggle it is. Sometimes you don't even want to get out of bed. Other times you're just like so manic that you're just on top of the world. But then you go down like in a second. It just takes like 1 second. All of a sudden you are totally depressed, totally depressed. And you all know, kind of if you study up on it. But those ones, if they have it, will know about what I'm talking about. But anyway, apart from the mental illness that I had some problems with, you know, my son, who um, is struggling right now. But things are better. We're almost at the end of his journey and ready to start a next chapter. The other thing that I want to like share with you is that I um, I deal with addiction. Um, I used to do drugs. You can, you name it, except for the grace of God. I would say, I guess, that would be it. I mean, I'm still very spiritual. It's just, it really is a war. It is a war, and people, anyone who has um, gone into their spirituality and tried to become stronger in it and their walk with God or Christ or whomever it is that you believe in, or if you believe in both, that's even better. But I mean, honestly, it's like, it's a battle. It is a true war. And, most would argue, or a lot would argue that, oh, that's just in your mind. You're really battling yourself. And you're right. I am battling myself. Not only that everything that I have that's against me that I've just mentioned, also, my mind, when I think too much, when I seclude myself and I start thinking too much in my head. And the other thing is, the addiction, the drugs were gone like several years ago. I don't want to mention the number, which I will in probably my other videos, but years ago I left the drugs, which was so easy, much easier than leaving my real demon, and that is alcohol. And when I go on binges, I've been up to, sober for up to several years, and then I relapse. Um, Sometimes it's because of my pain. Sometimes it's just because maybe it looks good, it's there, and I feel like it, you know. I don't know, but when I binge, and I binge maybe sometimes from 3 to 6 days. Usually it's 6 days, and it's horrible. And my drink of choice of alcohol is vodka, and that is crazy. And I am so amazed that I'm still alive. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm still alive despite blackouts, because I get blackouts. And a lot of people may not believe that, but I do get blackouts. And I suffer from insomnia. It's probably 4 in the morning. I'm kind of a little tired, but not exactly. My body's tired. My mind is racing. So, given the few things that I've told you amongst all my other imperfections, I just want you all to know that that's why I made this channel. After fighting and fighting, I said to myself, um, there are a lot of other Ritas out there that need to listen to what I have to say. And, based on everything from domestic violence, that I've been through domestic violence, with the baby daddies, I had, each one I tried that relationship and it didn't work, but I don't regret anything. I would do it all over again and go through the same thing if it means having my sons. I have 4 accomplishments that I feel I have made in my lifetime besides my education. Um, I believe that the 2 most important are my sons. My sons are the ones. Uh, the next one I believe that has been so important in my life and such an influence in believing the way I do now is my experiences working with a homeless population in a homeless shelter, being part of the staff that helps those in need and seeing the ins and outs and working with the ins and outs of not only the homeless population but of the operations of the shelter. And I cannot tell you how eye-opening that was. But of course, I'll tell you those in the videos, amongst other things. But anyway, and the last thing I think that I'm very, very proud of, you know, I believe, I believe moving forward, being resilient. That's what I've accomplished, is always being resilient regardless. When I fall down, I get right back up and I dust myself off and I say, that's enough. That's enough. And, besides the resilience, I believe the accomplishment of my education, I could just kind of throw in there. Um, I went the route that my parents wanted me to, and I don't regret that, only because um, I was able to um, acquire, 2 degrees and a certificate. And I believe that I'd like to further my studies. I did start on my graduate stuff. I'm about maybe 5, 6 classes in. Um, However, life happens. And so anyway, now that I've disclosed a lot about myself, and hopefully um, you all will, well, not only forgive me, but perhaps maybe just just understand me, if anything. You don't have to, you don't have to accept it. You don't have to like it. Um, but I'm just being me. This is in the raw, and I felt like owed you all an explanation, because there's sometimes I deactivate Facebook probably for months at a time, and I just keep Messenger open. But I thank all of you for the ones that have been there for me, the ones that have messaged me even when I did go ghost. I I don't even have words to thank all of you. Gracias por todos los que me apoyaron, a pesar de los días, de los meses a donde yo desactivé mi cuenta de Facebook, pero todavía aún me mandaron mensajes por Messenger. Y gracias a todos ustedes por eso. Um, Thanking everybody, English and Spanish. Anyway, I will let you go. Uh, I just wanted to give you, the heads up. I'm better now. I'm on my way to getting treated for my mental illness, which does not define who I really am. Because when I'm totally sober and I am in a motivated state, things will get her done. That's just the way I say it. Things will get done, especially in my life. And I'm excited on this new journey. So I just encourage you to, like this video or not like it, whatever you feel. I can't force anybody to feel a certain way, but I respect that too. Do not get me wrong. But I also want to tell you that um, I'd like for you to check out my video on YouTube. I'm going to do the vlog. It's going to be a media-based support group and kind of like a educational um, an educational, it's hard to say, sort of, help me here, people. There's going to be an educational piece in it, which I will be throwing topics in, and we will discuss them after I've researched them and I've put them together, and then we will discuss them and find out what all of you think. and give me the suggestions that I need, that I might better give me topics that we can talk about that you would like to talk about. Always researched and always giving you real, real true information to the best of my knowledge, with the research that I have, done in regards to that topic. So anyway, I don't want to take up any more of your time. I just wanted you guys to know that catch me on Facebook, catch me on Twitter. I'm at @Gonzalez, capital GONZALEZ, capital RITA 18. So at Gonzalez Rita. Of course, Facebook. You have me on Facebook, and on Instagram, I am. Just catch me between Facebook and Instagram. I can't even remember. That one is um, Gonzalez Rita, or Rita Gonzalez, I believe, 456, something like that. Anyway, I love you all. Thank you for listening. I feel a lot better. I feel like I've now disclosed what I need to, and I feel like almost like to breathe like a brand new woman. Honestly, I really do. I feel like a brand new woman now. I feel better. I feel relieved. The burden has come up. I love you all. Keep in touch. Follow me. Um, show a little love, a little mad respect to all of you, and I ask that you do the same for me. Let's get this off the ground, and let's put the San Luis Valley off the grid and on the map. Sorry, I'm tired. It's 4 in the morning. Let's take it off the grid and put it on the map. Let's make the San Luis Valley important. We have some very important people here. We have some very talented people here. And I think that we should, invest in that, invest in them, and try and just fight this war that we have, this drug war, this crime war that we have here in the valley. It is so depressing. I want to see the light again, shining over the Sangre de Cristo mountains, or even, over, Blanca, and I just, 4 in the morning, I have a very short memory because I've got insomnia and I haven't slept for a few nights, and my body's tired but my head's not. So please forgive me. This is me. This is in the raw. I'm not going to edit nothing. I just want you guys to see me for who I am. Thank you so much, and God bless. Okay, we'll talk to you later. Bye. On my next video.